right. So it's time for another map making night. Just hanging out, and I've been doing a lot of writing previous to this in the few hours before this stream started. So I thought I'll take a break and do a little bit of map making, since I probably should do some of that anyway. Might as well do it on stream since Seas of Sand are busy. With this being sort of graduation time for one of them, it's a little bit harder to schedule streams. So for the time being, between this campaign and Dreamwalker having scheduling issues, we're just gonna hang out. We'll do some map making streams. We'll maybe do some Drew Crew if we feel like it. Some Nancy Drew game. And then most importantly, if we have the time and the players for it, try and get a Candle Tree Consortium one-shot in as well. I'm gonna try to arrange one for this Saturday at around 8. We shall see if it happens. I think we'll probably be able to do it, but you never know. So I won't say 100%, but I'm gonna try to get it done and make sure that we have enough people. But today is a map day, as the stream is telling you. Yeah, so whoever's around on Saturday at around 7 or 8 p.m. I'm going to try to take members from Seas and Dreamwalker first, because their campaigns are the ones that are being cancelled. But then if we don't have enough members to fill like a group of 4, I don't want to do 5 again. It's too much for a one-shot. But 3 or 4. If we don't have enough to make it to at least 3, then we'll pull from other people who are around. As for which one, I have a couple different one-shots already at the ready, so it'll just be probably my whim when I wake up that morning. So yeah, today's map day. And as the stream title said, we're gonna make a magic shop. I wanted to make like, well, let's move over here first. All right, cool. So in the past, I've been making like packs of maps that I was going to kind of release or sell maybe. And we were working on a tavern one. We got some progress done on that one. But I wanted to do like some shops too, to help other DMs just have access to interesting maps that they can just keep in their back pocket, because I know sometimes you just need something cool. So we're gonna make like the magic shop will be one, and then we'll do like some variations of it, and that'll probably be around an hour and a half or 2 hours by the time we finish all that. So let's get started. Actually, we're probably not going to use black, but whatever, I already started. Let's just paint it. Okay. We're going to make it like a magic shop in a city. So we want to give the impression that we're... I want to paint the environment around it too, because I think that's a little more fun. But let's put it on our walls first before we do anything else. I like these ones. I think they fit it pretty well. I'm gonna kind of come in here a little bit, leave some room for some other stuff. I'll just place a bunch of them, and then we'll straighten them out later. And then we'll do the other wall, and then we'll just clone them. And move them along. So make it about that big, and then we'll straighten them out a little bit. Move that one over. That one's decently straight already. Okay, not bad. These ones could use a little bit of fixing. So we'll just shuffle them around a little bit. Make sure that we have a nice steady line. We do this before we copy, so we don't have to do it on both sides. Okay, and we'll take this half here, and we'll just duplicate it, move it over here, save us some time. Do the same thing up here. There we go. Alright, so this will be like our general border. Probably want maybe a little bit more room on this end, because we'll have like a little path or something leading to it. And then we're going to ungroup them again. And then we'll find one of these to kind of move over a little bit. And then maybe move this one over a little bit and put the door right there. And then we'll put some windows here too, just like shop windows. Maybe like a staircase that goes up, and then a cellar that goes down on either end, and then just a bunch of crap in here. Alright, so let's find a good door. Use like a Victorian panel door, we'll use this one. Okay, put our door here, find some good windows as well. Alrighty. Question is, what kind of windows do we want? These ones wouldn't be bad, but we'll try a few. These are our classic windows. Do like a thin sill. And shrink them. Layer. If we line these up, how do they look? Versus this one. This one probably won't look as good. We try and make them look like they connect in together, that's not bad. So we use these as our shop windows. Move it over just a little bit. Move this one over just a little bit. So it's not shoved right up against the wall. Alright, and then we'll do like stairs over here. Some wooden stairs. Make them a lot bigger than that. Okay. And then a cellar door over here. Alrighty, now we need like tables to put stuff on. So we'll probably need a bunch of these for like shop window stuff. This should be the bottom layer since it's going to be kind of on the ground. So this will be like our shop windows. And then we need to think about like a counter as well. Change some of the colors on these tables so that they don't all match each other. That'll help it have a distinguished kind of look from the other tables. Okay, so we'll connect all these three into a sort of stall. Eventually we're going to flatten it and erase that, paint over it. So we're going to arrange everything first before we do any ground painting. Okay, cool. Let's group them together. That's going to be like the counter. So we'll have like a lockbox beneath it where they keep the money. And a stool behind it where the shopkeep can sit. Nope, it's called a fireplace, not a hearth. Got hearth and home on the brain for some reason. Alright, now where do we want to put this? Put it over here. On this wall. Nice and big, catch some attention. And then we're also gonna need, I'm trying to place the biggest things first so that we can fill the gaps with the smaller stuff. If you're wondering what I'm doing. We can always fill with barrels and crates after. We want to focus on things that look a little more interesting centerpieces. So lots of stuff from here will be pretty cool to add. This is the main one, this wizard group. So we're going to need some bookshelves in there. So we should think about wall space as well, but we won't do that quite yet because we're looking for these bad boys. So we want to say this is a wizard's shop, and so they're going to just have some health potion stuff here. So we'll just place a bunch of vats of various liquids lying around. Which one? Switch to some blue stuff. We'll just put a couple of them. We can always delete them later. We'll put like a book on the counter that we can use as probably the ledger. And we'll just spin it 360 to face the person behind the counter. And then we need, never mind, we can just do this right here. An inkwell. Okay. Maybe a little bowl of gold coins. All right, sounds good, sounds good. We're gonna want some bookshelves, so let's think about that now. We'll use the wizard bookcases. Let's cover this wall, maybe. Maybe a little bit more over here too. Okay. Sounds good. And here. What's the difference between these bookshelves and the other ones, huh? What's going on with the search? There's more bookshelves, right? Am I crazy? Fancy, fancy. What? I could have sworn there was... I don't know. Weird. Oh well. Okay, let's make these line up a little bit better so they don't look sloppy. We'll make them maybe just a little bit bigger. Just so I can see them a little better. Similarly, make these less sloppy. Lining them up nice and flush with the wall on both ends. Okay. And down and tight to match. Flush with the wall and then a little bit closer. 3. This one can come in. This one should maybe go up one layer to differentiate itself from the others. Okay. Alright, starting to kind of come together. This can actually sit against the wall. Up slightly more, perfect. Okay, now we're gonna need more like display tables in the center. But maybe make them like that way. What kind of rug do we want? Something like this. It's very wizardy. Use that to welcome you in. Circular one over here. And maybe just one for the wizard. Alright, so next to the fireplace we want a cauldron. And then maybe a bundle of sticks. Just to imply that we're stoking the fire from time to time. And then we also can just stick like a broom over here. I think that would look nice. We'll do maybe another broom on one of the tables as well. Like this. This one's like a flying broom. Okay. Or maybe it could just be an enchanted broom that cleans for you. That'd be pretty useful too. I like it. Moving along. No, instead we want like... We'll do that later. Wasn't loving any of the positions we had it in there, so we'll just move along and come back to it. Over here. Let's move these rugs to the very bottom layer if they're not already. They'll need to be. Alright, alright. Now then. Candles probably for some extra lighting maybe. But let's take a look around. That's some of the magical items we might want. Table. What kind of table? Yeah, lots of candles, right? This place is gonna be lit by that fireplace in the corner, a bunch of candles, and then just the various magic stuff in the shop will be providing light sources. What about on just like a square table without all the excess? That one's a little misshapen. Maybe this one. Stack some potions over there on that one. Oh. I mean, it's still got the gist of that. This will be like our health potion corner. Where we just have like a bunch of them sitting around. We'll maybe arrange them a little better than that. Okay. Put a bunch of potions over there. We're gonna need a staff or two, maybe. Make that one glow. That one's pretty good too. That one glow green, that one glow yellow. Trying to diversify our color scheme here, so that it looks kind of Technicolor. We want a bunch of different stuff, kind of glowing. Is it too spooky to put like a skull? No, it's fine. Okay. We wanna imply that things kind of have magical value, and then whatever DM can decide for themselves what that is. So what if we just do this? We'll put a put like a hand mirror in this case here. That makes it look really important. What's that? Oh, okay. So we'll do the usual carpet trick, and we'll turn on the brightness a little bit on them, turn down their opacity slightly to help them blend a little bit better with the environment. Most expensive things. Yeah. Exactly. Ungroup that. Let's change the shadow on this guy. There we go. It's a lot better. We'll do our own shadow work for that. We don't need that one. So we need some more display items. So let's start thinking about that. What looks fancy that we could put in a shop window? We'll do this over here. Like a nice dish. And we'll just, on this nice dish, we will just put a, a heart. We got an ornate mirror. We got a little ornate mirror. It's slightly hard to do like a standing mirror because players can't really see the sideways perspective. What else do we have? I'm try to avoid like just doing straight up weapons because that's a little boring. And there'll probably be a blacksmith in this shop pack anyway, so we don't need that. Can place a bunch of random candles around at the end. We'll come back to that. Crystal chalice. I think we got something like that. I think it's in the treasures part, not in this section. I don't know if it'll be like 100% crystal or whatever, but it'll be something like that. Oh, we should do a table for scrolls as well, and then they can be spell scrolls. Should we do a brain in a jar? Is that weird for a wizard to have? Ooh, there we go. Okay, we can take our pick. We got a skull chalice here. Let's make them really big. Skull chalice. We got skull chalice on its side, which is just less effective. We've got like this crystal chalice. We've got this crystal chalice. We've got this one. This one's pretty nice. We got this one. The skull one is pretty cool. It'll be a little bit weird to just place it randomly. So maybe we'll do another kind of thing that we did here. Who knows? That'll be for the DM who wants this map to decide. Oh, we should do like a crystal ball as well. Maybe also like a little bowl of crystals. If it were me, we would call that like arcane sugar. But oh, these would be good to have too. Some sort of like mask would be neat. Just like a big crystal, yeah. Okay. We'll do like, hang on, is there like a jewel? There is like a jewelry box thing, isn't there? Somewhere? I don't know, we'll find it. Because we can put a bunch of rings in that. Brain in jar was a good idea? Okay. So Wizard's gonna have a lot of explaining to do when any players walk in here. So, where'd you get the human heart from? Where'd you get that brain from? Is that brain moving? Oh, we could do some like magical flowers maybe. Just like not like a huge display because that's more of an herbalism thing. But we'll do like a little display. Beetle? What kind of beetle? Scarab beetle? What's the scarab beetle doing? Just hanging out? Is it like an orb? Cool. It's a lizard star. I mean, it could just be like a lizard man or a dragonborn wizard. Then it's a lizard wizard shop. Some sort of forbidden looking book. Sounds good to me. Kind of just like swords. It's not too exciting. I want to steer away from that because we don't want it to be just a blacksmith shop. What else from here? Interesting wands. Well, the way that that's usually done in D&D is through the Find Familiar spell. So you wouldn't like buy them necessarily because that would be weird. If you bought one and didn't know the Find Familiar spell, I guess it would just be dead. I guess that's possible. I don't know if we could really represent that. We could have a cat sitting in the shop. What kind of cats do we have? We have a black cat. That's pretty good. Where should we perch this black cat? Like on the counter? Strangely big. It's like a really huge cat. We want to maybe not have that. We want this to be relatively generic purpose so that it'll apply to anyone who wants to use it. I don't necessarily want to force people to have a giant cat. I would do it if this was a map for me, but it's not for me only. Okay. We could do like another table even. We have the room for it. Just do this one all scrolls. Change a couple of them to be like a red wood kind of. Just to help differentiate them a little bit from the other counter tables. Just move this a little closer to the window. These ones as well. Perfect. Okay. So we need to figure out a good floor for this place. I think just like a classic wood would work. You could try like this wood. I think we're gonna run it opposite to these tables so that it looks distinct. It would be like that. We could try like a detailed wood like this, but it sometimes looks maybe a little too busy. I think we don't want the focus to be the floor, so we maybe just want to go with something nice and simple, but we'll change the color up a little bit maybe and shrink this just a tad. There. So we'll add a little bit of red. Maybe do that for our floor. That might be too close to the tables. We might need to change the tables, because I do like this color of red for floors. Could also dim it down a little bit. Yeah, we'll do it darker. Take these 5 tables and just brighten them back up again. There we go. That looks better. Now, we want to imply that there are more roofs around here. So, let's make some. We got light sources, don't you worry, Shinx. The lighting comes later. Just want to imply that maybe there's like some other buildings around if this is going to be a city. And then we'll do, the lighting has improved since we've last played together, Shinx. So there's lots of really good stuff we can do with lighting. Sorry, but we can't have the cat take up too much space. Alrighty. What do we want to do for the outside environment? We want like this to be like our path that leads to the shop, so it'll be kind of here. But we want to do something else first. Could do kind of this to start. Hello, Gift of Gabby. We'll do this generically. I am good. We're just making some maps tonight. We're making a magic shop. We'll do this as the generic first part, and then we'll add a lot of variety to it. And then we'll flatten those tables. Homebrew monster lore? What kind of monster? Okay, we'll kind of do that. And then we'll mix it in with a bunch of other stuff to create some visual variety. Down here. A little more like that. Yeah, see, you got it. Perfect, Shanks. That's exactly how you do it. Gotta get Pavlova in there. Psychic plant from the Underdark, dumped on the surface to die. Taking over puppeteering corpses of animals. It's pretty cool. Sounds dangerous. Alrighty. So just want to mix little bits of different colors in here to help out with some of the sameness of the textures. And then we'll nice. No, that sounds extra dangerous. So this will be like kind of some dirt in here. Right? Do that kind of thing. Little bits of dirt areas around the buildings themselves can sometimes kind of help the effect that we're going for. And then we're gonna do, we have two different types of dirt. So this is our first dirt. This is our kind of very deep earth kind of color. And then we're gonna mix in another one on top of it. It's a more light brown, and it'll just balance the two of them out. Okay. Some of the texture work, this is like the slowest part of making maps, is doing all the textures. But it needs to be done to make it look good, so we will do it. The most fun part is lighting, because it's what makes everything really start to pop and look cool. So I always find myself enjoying lighting the most. But texture work needs to be done. Okay. This is how we rack up all of those changes down here that everybody gets mad at me over for not saving. It's because I'm clicking like hundreds of times for every little detail where I change this this texture here. That's how we go from 200 to 1000 in like 5 minutes. Okay, now we take this dirt, and then I don't like this brightness, so I turn it down always. And then depending on how much I want, I sometimes up the sat a little bit. And then we come in here and we add a bit of extra brown. That sort of warms up the darker dirt. So around the edges of the building, we're just going to add some little patches of dirt. And then we'll shadow them at the end so that we can just draw the shadows on top of everything. Because we don't want to have to do anything all over again. Okay. Now, we do want to break up some of the grass, but we want to try to maybe match a little better. We didn't match it quite right. It's a little more blue. Okay, whatever. We'll give up on that. Alrighty. So let's do our cobblestone. What kind of size do we want the cobblestones to be? Maybe, yeah, about, probably a little smaller than they start. And then we'll come here. Draw a little path in there. Okay. Let's do a little bit of shading. Just of the outer walls so that we can kind of see how we're feeling. We'll go back over those. Okay. So this is just the layer of shadow that helps things pop from the environment itself. So this is just the subtle shading for dimension. And then we do extra shadow at the end. Alright. So we do also need to make sure we draw some shadows here because we're going to flatten it and the shadows will go away when we flatten it. So we need to have the shadow be falsely represented by paint so that it still looks three-dimensional. A little bit of extra shading in the corner. Okay. What kind of tree do we want to use? Some little clumps of trees in here. And then maybe just like one sitting here. But let's we can also try just because this feels a little more mystical if we do it. Just for fun. Add like a little bit of roots to some of the trees. Just feels a little cooler if we do that. Slightly more detailed. Then we want to take what is it? It's like a trough. Animal troughs. Cool. Put flowers in those. And then we will stack crates and barrels in between the houses and kind of beside them. Just gonna do it in here. Like that. Things change fast. That's what I'm saying. All those changes that you're always urging me to save, it's only like 5 minutes of work because things change so quickly. So just making these kind of alleyways. This one, maybe this tree can be a little bigger. And then we'll take all the trees. We'll do our shadow trick that we do with all of our trees. Move around a little bit. Nah. We don't need to save. Saving is redundant. We only need to save at the very end when it's finished. Right? I like to dance with the devil around here. For some reason my eye is telling me that should go more north even though the lineup is wrong. Let's maybe add another barrel here. Make that a stack. And then the secret to the stack is you just make the top one slightly bigger. And then you take these two ones here on the bottom and you just go bloop, and you turn their brightness down a little bit. Boom, 3-dimensional stack. Easy. I'm not really liking the discrepancy between those two. I'm just going to make them the same type of crate and we'll just shift them. Maybe we'll stack over here too. Just for fun. 1, 2, 3. And do the exact same trick where we take the bottom ones and darken them. And that is a 3-dimensional stack. These in general will probably gonna need to be a little darker just because it's an alley. So we want them to sit a little lower in the brightness. These as well. Now, let's get some flowers, shall we? For our flower pots. What kind of flowers are we feeling, guys? Some nice camellias. Actually, before we do that, let's make the leaves. That the flowers will sit on top of. Perfect. Now we can do flowers. Let's do these ones. I'm kind of slightly big, maybe. Welcome, Moon Dragon Ashana. Making some maps today. But I suppose you can already see that. But welcome. And thanks for hanging out. We're making a magic shop. That is the goal for today. We could flatten those and draw earth in them. We might actually end up doing that just for fun. But we'll leave them like that for now. Okay. we need to find some more stuff to populate our shop with. So let's go hunting, shall we? We said brain in a jar. We need to think of a way to represent the jar, first of all, because the brain part's easy. I think I have an idea. We'll have to go and find it. I was thinking maybe either this. There might be another version, maybe like that. We'll try a couple. And then we blow them up nice and big. And place it on like a pedestal of sorts. Like a stool. That could look like a pedestal. And of course we need our brains, so let's grab that while we're looking at it. There's nothing here that would make a very good jar. Nope. Alrighty. I think there was like one more glass in the elven things. So we'll... Oh, there we go. Wow, I know these assets pretty well, huh? So can make like some butterflies going around the flowers out front if we wanted to, just for detail purposes, for kicks. Make it look pretty. Okay. So let's make our brain in a jar. Actually, hang on. Grab that. That's gonna be our pedestal. And then next will be, we'll try this one first. Next up will be this. Now we'll make the pedestal bigger. Put this bad boy over here. Alrighty. Now, do we want to change the color of the brain a little bit? Just make it like pinkier. Just for fun. Okay. Now, we're gonna like put the brain, I think, on the topmost layer. And then like overlay it is probably the best way to do it. But we'll try this. But another way to do it is to not overlay it. Normal, and then just drop the opacity. That probably looks better, huh? We'll make everything bigger though, so that it's easier to see. And then maybe let's ungroup them. Hang on, let me open my question mark window so I can see what I'm clicking on. Okay, where's our brain? There you are. That's pretty fun. I like that. Brain in a jar. Okay, so we need red light sources, blue light sources, orange light sources, green light sources, another little blue one. We won't make that one too bright so it doesn't interfere. A yellow light source. And then just some more oranges. It's pretty good. I still feel like these should vertically move up a little bit. Okay. Add like some more pots and stuff. Ultimately, we wanna clutter this place up a lot. That's sort of the goal. Anytime you're making anything, you just want to add a bunch of clutter in Incarnate, just because it helps. If you go and look at like any Studio Ghibli room, clutter is what makes it look lived in. So we wanna add a bunch of that. Make sure that there's like things, you know, things. Things are being used. We also need to add a few more magic items over here. We got wands. Oh, we were gonna do like a jewelry box. Let's add that now that I remember. I think there's like something in Gothic that would be good for it. It's like one of these. Ah, there we go. Perfect. It's this puzzle box thing. Let's add some other kind of magical looking artifact stuff. Let's find the rings. We'll put one of these in each of these. Oh, that is not very sharp, is it? What's going on, buddy? Yeah, right there? Well, I guess we can't really expect that one to be too sharp. That's okay. They're tiny little rings, so that's okay. They will get the gist of what that is. Alrighty. Now one of these in each of them. Let's do maybe these two. Same. Now let's group them. Why can I not? This group not popping up at the top there. Very odd. Alright. Take this plus the box. The heck? Okay, you know what? I don't like that, so we're saving. Anytime I see Incarnate not behaving exactly how I expected to, I do a careful little save just in case. Those are the times when we actually need to save. No, there we go. Alright, and then we'll add like a... It's in the treasure section. So we'll just scroll down to that. There we go. We'll do like an amulet as well. And then a bowl full of crystals. Alrighty. So let's just do first sharpness, then a general pinch around the edges, just for fun, and then maybe a little bit of saturation. We'll see how we're feeling. Turn that off for now. Okay. Let's group all the ones from that and move them with their bowl a little bit south. Perfect. Now, let's light. First things first, orange lights. One on the candles. We always move to the top layer for lighting so that it affects everything. So we're doing the tiny lights first. And then we'll do the bigger lights on top of them to let them cast things in a brighter glow. Welcome, the Britannian. We are making a magic shop. This one can maybe go there, and then we'll put the dragon head on 5. We've made plenty of taverns, so it's time for something different. Exaggerate that light source a little bit. Place that there. Lock it so that we're not interfering. And then we can start doing the slightly spicier light sources, the ones that are a little more interesting. Filter. Mess around with the hue a little bit. First off, green. Top layer. A little bit of green, plus a lot of bit of green. At a lower opacity. Okay. Delete that. Okay, that one can go to yellow. And then tighter light source in here. Perfect. Now we'll do blue, so blue's all the way on that end. Some tight light sources in here for these 3. Anything else blue? This is pretty blue. Robbery attempt, eh? It's a good way to end your campaign right off the bat. Alright. Oh yeah, we should do some here. A little bits of blue here. Things feel a little more magical over there. Alright, so now we got a bunch of lighting. We'll have to paint some heavier shadows. Oh, foiling the attempt. Yeah, that'd be fun too. My brain went, listen, we got Shinx, Killian, Quinn in the chat, so my brain jumps to the party doing the robbing. Alright. We'll do some heavier shadows for sure, yeah. So, the test of your lighting is we just throw the night filter on, and then we just crank it. Okay, so if we were to do a nighttime version, we would just add a couple more lights on top of everything, but we're not doing a nighttime version, so we don't want to overdo it. And then we'd have to adjust that fellow there for the nighttime version as well, because he's sitting on the 5th layer and the nighttime thing will be on the 5th layer. So we want to bye. I light out front, eh? Yeah, you're right. Okay. Oops. Should we make it like some sort of magical looking light? Let's do broader stroke with some darker lighting here just to make this whole alley dark. There we go. Just take care of the Britannian. Thanks for stopping by. We tend to exaggerate lighting and shadows around here, so you're in luck, Shinx. Okay. That will do for now, because there'll be a last touch to our lighting. But let's try and accentuate some of the interior shadows as well. Help them stand out a little bit. The last step to the shadows is when we flatten the things that need to be flattened. Because then we're going to be painting the shadows on top of them. So that's a very important... Ooh, I don't like that. This is a known glitch in Incarnate. But that's okay. It's easy to fix. No, it's not. I forgot. Okay, we're just going to not touch anything ever again. Easy, right? Let's flatten these because these are the important ones that need to get flattened. So let's do that before we mess anything else up, right? Okay, let's take you, paint over top. Go away. Oops. What the heck? What did I just do wrong? This one. That's not the right thing at all. What's going on here? There we go. A little bit strange. Oh boy. Okay, that is frustrating. It's an issue with, I think, like the way the... See, because the problem with it is you can't undo it. But I think we have a solution we can try. It just wrecks the lighting permanently. That's what makes it so unfortunate. If I could undo it, it wouldn't be nearly as bad. Okay, so that finishes off our little counter. I just wanted to get rid of those parts that were sticking out because we don't need them to stick out. Okay. How are we going to get around this little glitch of ours? We're going to have to undo a lot of our lighting because of that. Because otherwise it will look not good. The trick that I want to try is cloning the map and trying to edit the clone. I haven't tried that yet, but it might work. I want to paint shadows a little heavier on this end. Yeah, it's a really unfortunate one. It's just the way that I think foreground and background stuff meshes that causes it. That's my suspicion. But again, I don't really know since I haven't seen the back end of Incarnate. Okay, let's save it like this before we ruin it further. And then we're gonna go back out and clone it. See if that fixes our issue here. Like just coming in fresh on a different source. Just, oh, hang on. What we can also do is just refresh the whole page in general. I don't know what this is going to bring us back to. You might get some free spoilers here. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Sucks for you. Okay, let's try to come back into it and see if that solves all our problems. Everyone cross your fingers. Yes! What a genius. I knew that would work. I have what, 1,080 something maps? I know the I know Incarnate pretty well. And I had a hunch that would work. Perfect. That makes things a lot nicer. Oh yeah, that was a problem that I should have foreseen. Crap. We'll get rid of that then. It's gotta go. I should have thought of that ahead of time. Actually, we'll just put you here. Okay, so now that we're back, sitting pretty. This is easy now. I don't want to overboard these ones. I want to get rid of some of this light source stuff. That's an old one. We don't like that one. Uh-oh. We just did it to ourselves. We interacted. So it infects is the problem. When you have a light source that's glitching, see? It infects things. So like that's how it should look on overlay. That's not overlay. And nothing's changing. See? Oh, hang on. That's okay. That's not So that's the weird glitch. Very strange. And so when it's small like this, it just certain spots where you get to interact, it just refuses to do stuff. So like that's how we want it to look. That's not how we want it to look. It's very strange. Okay, that's how we want it to look. But we want it to be small, so okay. I mean, I guess that looks okay. We've unfortunately infected it again, I think, though. So we're gonna make another iteration. We'll go back and delete the other ones, but... I don't know if anybody's seen the movie The Prestige, but this is what we're doing. I don't want to say more in case you are going to go watch The Prestige, because it's like kind of, I guess, spoilers. But it's an old movie, so if you haven't seen it already, then tough, I guess. I don't want to make them too bright. Just want like a little bit of... The reds don't look too solid if you overdo them. Just want a little bit of glow. I don't know, bringing them to the top layer ruined them right there. It's a movie about magic. Two magicians compete for fame, trying to one-up each other. That's what it's about. It's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. It's a good movie. Okay. Maybe we should just leave that map alone. I think we might have infected it. So one solution that I find is cloning it and coming back in. Another solution is sometimes closing the entire browser and coming back in can help. So I'll try that later on my own and we'll see if that fixes the lighting. But for now, we're just gonna have to maybe give up on the lighting, which is unfortunate. But I don't wanna do anything to ruin the map further. I want to sit kind of right here on layer 4. Add some little grasses in here. We can't flatten this whole building. It'll look a little weird. Actually, I can show you why, but we do need some stuff to sit above some stuff, but here. So this is what it looks like when you just flatten everything. Actually, flattening might have been what ruined our lighting last time. Maybe we shouldn't do this. So you can flatten the foreground, you can flatten the background, and that just means that you're editing different things. I think since they added the ability to flatten the foreground, I think that's when we started to get the lighting issues, so that's my hunch. Actually, I don't want to test it just in case we ruin things further. Alright. We will do this one. We will do our stairs. So, for stairs, I like the ability to use the foreground. It's really helpful for certain things. But sometimes it's not what we need at the moment. There's a lot of different mechanisms going on here, so any little thing could be throwing it off. It's really hard to say. Like, even just undoing it could be the problem or something like that. So we just kind of come up the stairs and shade a couple of them, leaving the top one, and then we just do it again. And then just do it again. And then we have 3-dimensional stairs. Oh, hello everybody. Got some people rolling for initiative in here. Welcome, thanks for the raid, the Tanuki Gamer. Hope you had a good stream. We are making a magic shop. And putting the finishing touches on stuff. Seems fitting, yeah, you're right. Off to go do D&D yourself. Enjoy, have fun. We like D&D around here. Oh, you know what? I use these in my fires. Nice, Shinx. I mean, for my own selfish desires to play D&D with you again, nice. I don't know if you're aware, Shinx, because it's been a while, but we got one shots that we're doing now, because anytime there's like scheduling issues with streams where it's like, oh, I'm busy this month or something like that, it feels lame to just like have 3 of the members of the party be ready to go, but one person stops the session from happening. So we have like a whole setup for one shots called the Candle Tree Consortium. This is Incarnate Tanuki Gamer if you're running it, if you're heading out. Incarnate spelled like ink, like pen ink. Incarnate. Yeah, so Candle Street Consortium is just for fun. It's like an in-universe guild to have help us facilitate anything that we want to do. So, I mean, yeah, Shinx, if you are around on Saturday, we might do one. But it's up to you. Everybody gets a character, and we just have fun. I'm placing priority to Dreamwalker and Seas people because well, they're the ones that are having the campaign scheduling issues, so their members get to go first. But well, that sounds nice too, Shinx. So you enjoy that. Okay, should we check our lighting again? We messed around with some other stuff. Just check out the lights a little bit. Yeah, it's the 5th layer that's doing it. Okay. We could do maybe a little bit of lighting as long as it's on the 4th layer. Still a little bit we could add. Put these ones back. That one back. Alright, not bad. This dragon head. I don't like that it sits there, so let's move this one maybe down to 3. And move the dragon head to 4. Yeah, leave it at 4. Just like, yeah, darken it maybe. Kind of shadow. It doesn't give off any shadow, but giving off a shadow would probably be not ideal. That's the goal. We want coziness. Let's take these animal troughs. And we will flatten them as well. And then we're just gonna add our own dirt. So that you don't see that wood poking through. Probably an unnecessary detail, but yeah, that might be a good idea. We can fool around with that too. Because I don't love how it sits right now. So we'll mess around with it a little bit more. Finish that up. There's some dirt in our planters. Okay, then the crates. You guys get flattened as well. So that we can do a broad stroke shadow all the way across, about that big, and just make them sink into the shadows. Perfect. Let's get rid of you. I'll do the same for the barrels. Paint another little broad stroke right here. Help just place them below the roof. And then this little plant in here can just, we'll just darken it to get the same effect. Perfect. This one needs to be darker. So that it blends in better. Perfect. Okay. Now, dragon head, sat. We could make it like a stone statue if we wanted to. Sometimes do that. See, the issue with the dragon head is that we don't want any shadow here, because that's where the fire is, and we want that to be nice and bright. It'll look weird to have shadow on top of bright light. But we do kind of, like, almost want a little bit of shadow here. So, one option is that we flatten the fireplace, and then draw a little bit of shadow on this stone part. We could do that. Let's try it. That might help it look like it exists in the map a little bit better. Draw a little bit of extra shadow here. And then actually while we're at it, we can just make the wall have a bit of a highlight as well. And just come along like that to help it sit below. Okay. Then, well, that would be too much. We would have to do too much flattening, so we'll just have to leave it like that. Otherwise we could draw another little shadow there if we could flatten that, but that's the flatten the lighting, flatten this, flatten all that. That's too much. It won't look good. Okay. I want to just come across and like get a more solid shadow there. That one looks a little weird. Just lightly darken that part. Since the whole thing should be, in general, an alley, so we want it to look a little darker as a whole. Okay. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Maybe shrink this a little bit. Just tuck it away. Could even, oh, you know what? Just flatten our rugs. Something we forgot to do. Because this one needs shadow painted on it. To match the rest of the room. There we go. That's a lot better. Then we can come across here. Flatten you. And paint some shadow there. And then we'll just very finely darken that. Okay. Looks good. You know what? You should be flattened as well. So that you meld right into the corner. Okay. I think we'll leave it like that. So that's not bad. We could do this. Well, let's take these first. Do this, flatten these. just to help them sit a little bit below. Take these, flatten them on the very top bit, and then just come across and lightly shade close to the wall. Help them sit a little bit differently. Okay, now, do we want to mess around with more filters? Probably. Oh, we already have a saturation on here, but we'll lower it quite a bit. So that helps some of the colors pop a little bit extra. It looks just a very minute difference. So we could really take it or leave it, but do we want it to be a little more colorful, a little more realistic? Either or is fine. Okay, so we'll save it as is. Okay, now come back here and we'll get rid of these old broke maps that we don't need. Goodbye. And then we will just you're the original. The other ones, they didn't exist. Clones? No, there weren't any clones. You're the original and you always have been. But we're actually going to clone you because you're the original, so we're gonna clone you. Okay, so this one will be the nighttime one. So as you can see, we're gonna back off a little bit on that. But as you can see, our lights change when we head over here. So we need to kind of double up on them. But let's see if we're still getting the glitch. We aren't. Very nice. I like it. So this is where we double up on our lighting to help it look extra nice in the dim light of dusk. So what it does is it since the night filter adds like a lot of blues and stuff and a whole kind of darkened look to everything, it just needs a little bit of extra help to cut through. So adding those extra lights makes it cut right through that filter just a little bit, and that's what really makes it look kind of glow. Makes it glow. We need extra reds. But we're maybe gonna back that one off a little bit. There. So now we're properly glowing with everything that we want to glow. But we can do better than that, right? So we're gonna take some more. We take the kind of greeny light, like this, and then we just shrink it all the way. And then we're gonna tweak to make it a little bit more yellow. About there. Halfway in between green and yellow, kind of that color. And then we're just gonna make them nice and small. Let's add some little fireflies in here. Okay. So then the trick is to take those fireflies and then you just go back to overlay mode and then you add the slightest little bit of glow to each of them. Slightly more glow to the bigger ones, slightly less to the little ones. And then they cut through the dark filter as well. There. Now we're reaching maximum cozy. What kind of... I want to look. Was there more than one cat that was black? We'll move the cat for the nighttime one. It's gonna be hanging out somewhere else. Sleep in here, so that if, like, let's say the players try to break in at night, he's sleeping right near the trapdoor in case they want to go down there. They gotta not wake up the cat. He kind of looks dead. Should we have given him a bed there? Is there like pillows? There. Here you go. Small precious child, you can have a pillow. There you go. Hang on, you know what we can do, things. Just because now he now he well and truly looks dead. I'm trying to show off the flexibility of Incarnate. Okay, he can go back to sleep now. Thank you for demonstrating that for us with that rubber knife, Mr. Cat, and the fake blood. I like little. Maybe we should put him near the fire instead. That'd be kind of cute. Let's put him over here. Shanks, don't give me ideas. Okay, that's cute. He can sleep by the fire. I wonder, we could maybe try this, just tightening the vignette a little bit. Yeah, that usually makes it feel kind of darker out. I like it. I think that's good for a nighttime version. Very cozy. All right, I think we can call it a night there, because we made our two versions of the magic shop. So we can wrap up here for tonight. We can go for about 2 hours. That's usually how long I do these map making streams for, so that's perfect timing. Sounds perfect. Alrighty. Yeah, those ones are fun to make. Just like to pick random things and make them, so that was pretty fun. Can do all sorts of things next time. We'll do maybe blacksmith and stuff like that. General stores. Other kinds of varieties of shops. Maybe we'll even make another like desert bazaar kind of thing, so that we're not just using the golden bazaar. Alrighty. So we'll call it a night here, and we'll come back next time. We need to fill a stream slot, and we'll make some more maps. So, as I said, I'm gonna try to plan to see if we can do a one-shot on Saturday. I know there's at least a couple people who can make it. Probably at least 2 right now, so we'll see if we can get some more. Try to aim for 3 or 4. And we will maybe run a candle tree one shot, if we can. Again, like I said before, I don't know which one we'll do because I have a couple of them sitting around. So it'll be, I'll wake up on Saturday and I'll see what kind of mood I'm in, and we'll we'll determine there how which one we decide to do, because they're both ready to go. Other than that, let's head back over here. So, that's the plan. It'll probably be 7 or 8 on Saturday, if it happens, and there'll be announcements. So, if you aren't aware, you can follow me on Twitter if you want to get announcements and updates and stream live stuff, as well as any sort of retweets I do of like fan art stuff and all sorts of cool things, and my own personal brand of terrible tweet. If you want to join our Discord, that's probably the best way to keep up to date on things. It's not just for players, it's for anybody. We talk about the living world of Grand Lorien, all the different campaigns, and there's a shitpost channel for all your memes. And there's an art channel full of a lot of really great art, including some really, really nice Whispers in the Woods stuff that was just posted there today from their most recent session. So check that out if you want to. Feel free to join. If you ever miss a stream, check out the archive, or if you want to go back and get caught up on older stuff. I move all the VODs from here to YouTube, so if you're missing it here, if you can't find it on Twitch, then check out the YouTube, just the YouTube channel, just Grand Lorien on YouTube as well. But the last thing is, if you want to learn more about the living world itself, that I run all my campaigns in, which is Grand Lorient, the channel name, then check out the World Anvil. It's like a wiki for all the places, like kingdoms and continents, as well as factions and characters and deities, the pantheon, all sorts of different things. So check that stuff out. And if you want to do your extracurricular reading, that's where you can do it. There's some new stuff. If it's been a while, then there's probably some new things in there. I don't know, Shanks, have you read it since the entire other continent got added? Because I forget how long it's been since we've chatted. So if you've seen Bastila, then maybe it's not that long since you've read it. But if you haven't seen the continent of Bastila, then oh boy, do you have a lot of stuff that you haven't read. Yeah, then if you think you have not read anything on Bastila, then check that out. And the Glimmering Isles has a bunch of stuff too. Also, Shanks, I will add, all of the pages for the like major areas also have regional food added to them. So if you want to know what they eat in all the different locations around Grand Lorien, you can check out all the location pages for some classic dishes from each location. Yeah, Grand Lorien Trivia Night got a lot harder once Bastila got introduced, because all of a sudden the world more than doubled in size. It's part of why I wanted to do the Candle Tree Consortium, because there's so much stuff to explore that just being able to do little one-shots lets us like peek in at areas that we haven't so far, without having to commit to an entire campaign there for a whole year like they usually take. So we just get to peek at little areas, because the Candle Tree Guild is located in Marenhall, in the Seven Baronies of Bastila. So yeah, you probably will need some little cheat sheet. It would be fun to do that at some point, to be honest. I have to think of some good questions, some easy ones, some really hard ones that like only I know. It would be fun though. It'd be cool to do it if we had like a decent amount of people in here. We could like, everyone could like play along at home, but we could have some people like playing. Yeah, Gem Brulee. I was particularly proud of that pun name. From Castorena. I was very proud of that one. Yeah, that'd be a good question. Asking like a dish and then you gotta say which place it's from. Yeah, that'd be cool. Alrighty. Yeah, so you have some stuff to read then, Shanks. Yeah, I will we'll end the stream here. We'll wrap up. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling with me while we work on some maps. It was a good time. It always is a good time. I'm still waiting. I'm very curious what the next Incarnate update will be, because they keep switching things around. Keep adding new, interesting little asset packs. So I'm curious what the next one will be, because they're always interesting. let's do a raid since there's like 6 of us here. We'll just send everyone to someone else. Who is streaming? Go watch. Go watch Spooky Wookie Coconut play Vampire the Masquerade game. Because I like Vampire the Masquerade. Go watch that. And you know, be nice and positive and all that, but I know you guys will be. Take care. And I will see you guys next time. Yeah, go lurk. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.